Empire State Building. Two friends think big. Two friends, John Ruska and Smith, wanted to build the tallest skyscraper in the world. They grew up in low income families, both had to quit school and go to work. Years later, Roscoe was rich and Smith was famous. Together, the two friends made a good team and built the Empire State Building. Their building was the tallest in the world for 41 years. Stars and States. Take an elevator to the top of this building and you can see parts of 5 states. Look around and you might see stars. Even in the daytime, famous movie stars visit to see the view too. Making room for greatness. The place Roscoe and Smith chose for the building was a busy one. A grand hotel was already standing there. The hotel had to go. People worked day and night to tear down the hotel quickly. The two friends needed to construct their building fast. A skyscraper as big and heavy as the one they planned needed to sit on solid rock. Workers dug down 40 feet, 12.2 meters to reach solid rock. Huge trucks carried away tons of dirt and rock. It took 5 months to tear down the hotel and make the home. Then, on April 7, 1930, construction of the Empire State Building began. Sky Boys. Strong metal beams rose. Beams support the skyscraper much as the bones support the body as the steel beams went higher and higher. Crowds gathered on the streets below. They looked up in wonder as men walked the narrow beams high above. People called the men Sky Boys. Sky Boys worked in teams of 4 to join the beams together with red hot rivets. Every team member was brave and fast. The steel beams zoomed up an amazing 4 floors away. Some of the best teams were the Mohawk from New York State. Some of them could set a rivet every minute. Zoom to the top. By June, the steel reached the 25th floor. Behind the Skyboys came other workers to build the outside wall of the building. These workers were so fat that they started to catch up to the Skyboys. August was the busiest month. The Skyboys were almost to the top. The outside wall, made of stone windows and metal, was going up a floor a day. Inside, dozens of workers were busy getting supplies Because so many workers was taking too much time. Workers laid trucks around each floor to speed things up. Carts were loaded and pushed along the tracks right to the worker. In November, All Smith stood proud. He was on the 102nd. He was on the 202nd floor. The steel beams had reached the very top. He was also scared, standing that high up on a beam. The last rivet was placed when he smashed in it into the beam. The steel work was done. The rivet made newspaper headlines. Not only was it the last one set, but it was also the only one made of gold. Happy birthday! The building opened on May 1, 1930. 50 years later, in 1980, the building was made a landmark. It is protected by law and cannot be torn down. All Smith said his building was made for the future, and he was right. It will be standing tall in New York for a long time to come.